Timi and Mark enjoyed a serene existence in Berlin. Their apartment reflected their blended identities. A vibrant Nigerian Ankara throw pillow adorned the couch, while a small Russian matryoshka doll rested on a shelf nearby. One evening, as they chuckled over a movie, Timi's phone buzzed relentlessly. It was her sister, Preye, calling from Nigeria. With a sigh, Timi silenced it. "She's at it again," she muttered, rolling her eyes. "Another baby, another man. I'm tired of rescuing her." Mark glanced at her, concern flickering in his gaze. "You sure you don't want to pick up?" "She'll manage," Timi snapped, turning back to the screen. Yet a quiet guilt gnawed at her. Preye's chaotic life, children with different fathers, endless pleas for help, had worn Timi's patience thin. Days later, a text shattered their peace. A cousin in Nigeria sent photos of Preye's funeral, her body encircled by grieving mourners. Timi's legs gave out, and she crumpled to the floor, sobs racking her frame. Mark knelt beside her, holding her close. "I ignored her calls," Timi whispered, voice breaking. "I wasn't there." Mark brushed away her tears. "We'll go to Nigeria for the burial. I'm with you. We'll face this together." Regret weighed heavily as they prepared for the journey. They arrived in Bayelsa, Nigeria, welcomed by humid air and the lush greenery of Preye's rural village. 3 children, Ebi, 12, Tari, 9, and Kemi, 6, rushed towards them, eyes bright with hope. Ebi, the eldest, spoke first. "Auntie Timi, we missed you," he said softly, offering a proverb. "The family is like a river. It flows together, no matter how far it stretches." Timi's heart tightened, but her grief fueled her distance. "I'm only here for the burial," she replied curtly, brushing past them. The children recoiled, stung by her coldness. Mark, however, crouched down with a warm smile. "I'm Uncle Mark. What's your favorite game?" Ebi's face lit up. "Football." "Then we'll play later," Mark promised, instantly earning the boy's trust. The snake bite. One humid afternoon, as Mark explored the village outskirts with the children, he wandered too close to a patch of tall grass. A small, venomous snake struck, its fangs sinking into his ankle. He cried out, stumbling back in pain, as the children shrieked in fear. Tari, just 9, sprang into action. Drawing on lessons her mother, Preye, had taught her, she stayed calm. With steady hands, she tore a strip from her dress and tied it tightly above the bite to slow the venom. Then, without hesitation, she bent down, sucked the poison from Mark's wound, and spat it onto the ground, her focus unshaken. Mark, pale and sweating, stared at her in awe. You saved me," he rasped, voice trembling. Tari offered a shy smile. "Mummy taught me. A child who washes his hands clean eats with elders," she said, quoting a proverb about preparedness. Villagers rushed over, alerted by the commotion. Their worry turned to admiration as they saw Tari's handiwork. An elder, leaning on his stick, gave a wry chuckle. "Her mother saved her father from a snake years ago, just like this. History repeats itself." Murmurs rippled through the crowd, blending pride with bittersweet recognition. That evening, as Mark rested with his bandaged leg, he marveled at Tari's courage. Her quick thinking had transformed a perilous moment into one of hope, leaving a mark on him, the villagers, and Timi, who had witnessed it all, a lump rising in her throat. For the first time, she saw the children as more than burdens. They were strong, capable, and brave. Later, by a tranquil riverbank, Mark took Timi aside. "Those kids need you," he said gently. "In Russia, we say, a family is like a forest. When you're outside, it looks dense, but inside, each tree has its place. They're your trees, Timi." She shook her head, tears brimming. "I failed Preye. I'll fail them too." "You didn't fail her," Mark pressed. "You can still save them." His words lingered, chipping away at her resistance. Mark dove into village life. He fished with the men, his awkward casts drawing laughter. He hoed yam farms, sweat soaking his shirt under the blazing sun. He danced clumsily at a party, the children giggling as he tried to keep up. At a suya stand, he bit into the spicy Bayelsa treat, eyes watering as Ebby teased, "Uncle Mark, you eat like a baby." "I'm learning," Mark coughed, grinning. Timi watched from afar, her heart softening as the children's laughter filled the air. Mark loved them, and through his love, she felt the pull of family stirring within her. One day, in Preye's mud hut, the children uncovered an old letter Timi had written years ago. Ebby read it aloud, his voice shaking. "Preye, leave those kids and come to Europe, or they'll kill you one day." Tari's eyes welled up. "Auntie, did you blame us for Mummy's death?" Timi's defenses shattered. She dropped to her knees, sobbing. "No, it's my fault. I wasn't there for her. I hated myself, not you." Ebby stepped forward, hugging her tightly. "He who forgives ends the quarrel," he said, reciting a proverb. "We love you, Auntie." Tari and Kemi joined the embrace, their tears mingling with hers. In that moment, forgiveness mended their broken bonds.